Hello, online crew. Good morning to those of you in my part of the world. Good evening to those of you in other parts of the world, or good afternoon, or whatever it is for you. Let me know what kind of day, what's the time of day for you? I'll be interested to know. So how many of you worry way too much about what other people think? How many of you are sometimes held back by other people's opinions of what you're doing, what you're up to, what you're selling, what business you're in? I know you're out there. I know there's lots of you that get affected by what other people think. Those of you that don't, I seriously applaud you. Those of you that just go, I do not care what anybody else thinks of what I'm doing or what I'm trying to achieve, and that's what you stand by, then awesome. Love it. Unfortunately, most people don't think like that. Those that do, that's awesome. But there's a lot of people, particularly in this industry, that are held back by the opinions of others. So I wanted to have a chat about it and some things to put it into perspective, some things to remind yourself when this comes up. At certain times and somebody shares something with you that's negative, what to remind yourself of, and how I handle this myself. Because I'm not somebody who doesn't care. I actually care a lot about what other people think of me, what I'm doing, things like that. But I have a different perspective on it, which helps me get through it when somebody sort of says something nasty or, things like that. Like, we're all human at the end of the day. So for those of you that get affected by it, it doesn't make it wrong. We're all human, but you certainly don't want to absorb it. So we'll have a chat about that. Now, the reason that I talk about these kind of things is I go live 5 days a week. And the very first video of my week, which is now, is I talk about something to do with human growth, personal growth, human growth. Can I get some human growth? I'd like to be taller, please. I wish I could have an impact on human growth. Personal growth, something to make you think a little bit differently and to help you maybe push the needle a little bit forward in helping you be a better version of yourself. And that is today is the day I'm going to do that. So for those of you that I have not met before, my name is Helen Martin and I'm your online crew captain. So I am of service to this amazing community here. So if you're new to us, let us know so we can embrace you. We have entrepreneurs, home-based business owners, direct sellers, network marketers, those in MLM all here. And what we do here is learn to leverage social media with modern online strategies to build your business. So learning how to attract people to you, use social media to your advantage, all of those kind of things to help you really, truly attract people to you so you don't have to chase anybody. Nobody wants to chase anybody to buy something off them. So when we can use social media in the right way, like using attraction type strategies rather than, pushing stuff on people, it's a much more pleasant journey. So how are you guys going? I hope you're... I don't want to be tall. Are you tall, Mel? I didn't pick you to be tall. Are you tall? Tell me how tall you are, Mel. I'm only 5'4". And I know Olive's shorter than me because I've seen her. I've seen her in the flesh in Vegas last year. So I know Olive's at least shorter than me, I think. Is that right, Olive, from memory? So, yeah, I'm only 5'4". So it's funny when people meet me. For some reason, they think I'm taller than I am, and they go, oh, I didn't realize you were so short. It's like, oh, thanks. Thanks for that. So, yeah, no, I'm not blessed to be tall, but I take your point, Mel. Now, before I get onto the content and say a couple of hellos, the video challenge starts this week. In my part of the world, that's tomorrow. In other parts of the world, it'll be the day after. So it starts whenever the 25th is for you in your part of the world. So the Australians will start tomorrow. It's only 14 days. It's easy. I've already given you the content for the first 3 days. That's in video 4 in the group. You just got to get into the group and watch the videos to know what's going on, and away you go. Easy peasy. It'll be fun. It's quick. It's only 14 days. So if you want to get better at live video, I give you the content so you don't have to stress about that. I'll give you the technical skills, so don't stress about that. There's just nothing to stress about. So come join the party. Okay, the link is up above to join us in the group. So let's say a quick few hellos before we get into the content. We've got Crystal here. How are you? Life member in our coaching community. Good to see you here, Crystal. Gloria, life member as well. Hello, Gloria. How's your tooth? The tooth. Who's been hanging around the last week to know that I have a tooth problem? So I'll give you the short version just to give you an update. It was not good news, and I am no better off than I was last week. I am on constant painkillers, unfortunately, to monitor the pain because there was nothing that they could do for me. So short version, there is nothing wrong with my teeth. There's nothing wrong with my teeth. And I kind of knew that because the tooth where the pain is coming from, there's nothing wrong with the tooth. There's no crack, there's no chip, there's nothing to really cause the pain. So I thought it was deeper, and it is. It's my bone. My bone here, when you take an x-ray, is about that far from where it's meant to be. So where your teeth sit, they're normally supported by bone underneath. So when you get to the roots of a tooth, so you got the top part of the tooth and you got the roots are supported by bone. So where the roots separate, this part in the middle is covered and protected. So on the x-ray for my tooth that's hurting, where the roots are, there is a gap underneath the root to where the bone is. So there is, does that make sense to you guys? So I've got the tooth up the top, but then when the roots go down, either side of it is covered. But this particular one here, where it goes off like that, there's a little bit like that is exposed because the bone isn't up to it. So they think something might be stuck down in there that's causing the pain. They don't know how to get in there or do anything. Like, we just got to work out on solutions, but they didn't want to do anything until they got my dentist records from my dentist in the city. I haven't been to shame to admit it, guys, I haven't been to a dentist since we moved here to the country. So that's over 6 years. So yeah, they're going to get the dental records from my dentist in the city where I lived in before they do anything, just to check things out. So I'm still living with the pain. It's a bigger problem than just ripping out a tooth. Even if they rip that tooth out, they can't put an implant because there's not enough bone there. Like, it's just a wonderful problem to have. Who's had teeth problem? They're the worst. But I just got to grin and bear it. I don't stress about things I can't change. And I can't change this. I just have to monitor the pain. So that's all I'm doing. So it's not the best. It's a pain in the but it is what it is. So can't stress about it. I was disappointed that was the outcome because it's not an easy fix, but we'll just deal with it as we go along. So thanks for asking, Olive. Now everybody knows. So that's my tooth problem. Hello, Cindy. How are you? One of our life members and VIP. Crystal's a life member. Good morning, Cynthia. How are you? 7 p.m. in Utah. So that's a reasonable time. Hello, Mel, life member. Hello, Faye. Long time no see. I know, like a few minutes ago. Yes, I care too much about what other people think. Okay. Nope, not me. No, Gloria's good like that. She said that a number of times. So credit to you, Gloria. 9 p.m. So not too late. When I let my mind let them in. Very good point, Steph. I used to care what people think about what I do, but I stopped doing that a long time ago. So that's great progress. Trying not to. Hope you're doing well. Long time no speak, Laurie. Excuse me. Heather is one of our VIPs. Hello, Mike. How are you? Hope you all had a fabulous weekend, is saying to everyone. Hello, Susan. Great to see you on. We've got Anya. Michael again. We've got Ford. Got you on the phone on the way home. Listen only. No need to look. No. Yes, I worry about what my wife thinks. Okay, cool. You don't want to be tall. Hello, Clarissa. How are you? You're still awake. You're such a night owl from the UK. I'm a caring person. I respect others' opinions, but I don't allow others to knock me down with what they think of me. And that's what we all need to learn to do. You're shorter, Anya. When my circle got smaller, my vision got clearer. Oh, I love that, Crystal. I'm only 5 feet. See? Olive is shorter. There's somebody shorter than me. Monica, well, I just explained the tooth thing. Oh, my God, yes, I am 179, so 5'10". Are you really, Mel? I did not know that. I did not know you were that tall. Wow. Isn't it deceiving when you see people on video? You really don't know how tall or short they are. Hey, Emma, how are you? I'm 5'2", so, you're a little bit shorter than me. Laurie's 5'1" with shoes. So you're shorter as well. We got a lot of short asses here. True story. Hey, Rick, how are you? Stunning morning in sunny Newcastle. A few ladies in this community who value that Tim Irway fella's prison, or is it just his voice? Short 6'2" here. That's not short. I thought it started on the 25th. Today's the 23rd. I said the 25th, didn't I? Oh, am I a day ahead of myself? I said the 23rd, but did I say tomorrow? Oh, God, I've been up since Sparrow's fart. I've been on calls and interviews back to back. Oh, no, I thought it was Wednesday. It's only Tuesday. Sorry. I'm doing a Laurie. Laurie said on Friday it was Monday. I thought it was Wednesday. It's only Tuesday. So sorry. Stand corrected. It is the 25th. I said the 25th, but I thought it was Wednesday. It's only Tuesday. So those of you in round 16 of the branding course, we're up in just under an hour as well. Yes, I want to know about your tooth. 5'3" here. Helen, you're super cute, and height has nothing to do with success. That's right, Anya. Oh, no, so painful. I know. The root is exposed. So it's not exposed because we've all got gum, so it's hidden. So you can't actually, not that I really want to show you my mouth, but because we've got gum, it hides the fact that the bone is not where it should be. Does that make sense? So it is protected, but there's no protection between the gum and the bone. So it's exposed underneath the gum. Is that, I don't know if I'm explaining that properly. So it is, I've got gum up to there. I'll just shut up now. Let's get on to the content. I could still talk to you for ages, but hello, everybody, and welcome. Okay, so let's get on to the topic for today is other people's opinions and my perspective on it because, hang on, right, just clear the screen there. What I recommend that you adopt is what I do regarding other people's opinions. And it's not, I can't tell you that I don't care blatantly. Just that I never care about what other people think because deep down I do care. The difference and the perspective that I would recommend that you take on it is that you don't attach yourself to it. So you can care, but don't attach yourself to whatever it is that's coming at you. So absolutely care if you want to care, like you care what people say and do whatever, but just don't attach yourself to it. The problem with what majority of us do is we attach our identity and our reality to what somebody else has said. When we attach ourselves to it, we get emotional about it. So you can still care about what other people think, but just don't attach any meaning to it. Don't attach that as your reality because it's not your reality. What other people say, what other people's opinions are about what you're doing, what you're not doing, what kind of business you're in, all that kind of stuff, it is somebody else's opinion. Does that mean it's your reality? So if somebody says to you, that's stupid, that won't work, is that your reality? Of course it's not. So when we attach ourselves to those kind of opinions, we take on the meaning of it. So, what if it doesn't work? Maybe it won't work. And we go through then all this self-doubt and all this worry because of what somebody else said from their reality, not yours. So you can still care about what other people think, but don't attach yourself to it as that is your reality. So the thing is attaching to reality and not reality. What anybody else says about you is not your reality. Does that make sense? You need to remember that. When somebody is giving you a strong opinion about something or saying what you're doing won't work or, oh, you're in that kind of business, those kind of things, it's their reality coming out of their mouth for whatever they've been brought up with or been told or their experience. It's coming from their reality. Just because somebody says something negative towards you, does that make it your reality? Only if you make it your reality. So don't attach yourself to what other people say about you because it's not your reality. The reality is you can do whatever you want to do. The reality is you know who you are. Nobody knows you better. I mean, there might be people around you that know you very well, but no one knows you as much as you know yourself. No one knows your reality but you. No one can make you successful but you. No one can make you happy but you. Your reality is yours to make of it what you will. What somebody else says is not your reality. Does that make sense, guys? So don't attach yourself to it. It's just at the end of the day, if you can see it this flippantly, and hopefully you can somewhere along the line, it's just words from somebody else's reality. It's not something that you need to embrace. It's not something that you need to attach to your reality. And it's certainly not something that you need to, take on as your own. Does that make sense to you guys? I know it's simplistic, but somebody else's words, thoughts, opinions is not your reality. It's theirs. It doesn't matter what somebody else says. You know who you are. So if somebody says to you, you're a bad person, what would you say to that? Does that then become your reality, that you're a bad person? If I said to you, you're a bad person, you're a horrible person, what would you say to that? Would that become your reality just because I said to you, you're a bad person, you're a horrible person? Of course not. Well, I'd like to think not, because deep down, you know you're not. It's not your reality what I say about you, what your husband or your wife, what your friends, your acquaintances, that's their reality, not yours. So what we need to remember is you can care about what other people say and you can take it on board and say, thank you for your opinion. But don't attach yourself to it because it's not your reality. Does that make sense? And Gloria's made a really good point here. That's their limitations and fear. I'm way beyond that and understand that that is their perspective. Exactly. So my words to you, you're a bad person. You're a horrible person. That's my reality for some reason, trying to put you down because maybe I'm jealous of you. Maybe I've had a bad experience in something, so I'm reflecting my reality on you. Like just because somebody else says something about you, to you, about what you're doing, don't make it your reality because it's absolutely not. But you need to remind yourself of that. When somebody's saying something to you, it's their perspective. It's their world that perspective has come from. And some people, unfortunately, operate from places like jealousy. I've mentioned this example a number of times. So some of you may have heard this before. It's like somebody going on a diet. People get threatened by that, of the thought that, oh, a friend of yours might lose weight and look better than you. So they're the first person to come around with the biscuits or an ice cream. And, oh, don't worry about it. You can get your diet back on tomorrow. Like it's self-sabotage to make themselves feel better that they're not on a diet. Do you understand that sort of analogy? Like there are people that will say and gossip about other people because of their own fears of not succeeding or their own fears that somebody might do better than them or make more money than them or even be more happier than them. So the damage that can be done by you absorbing other people's opinions of you can become your reality if you absorb it. So just let it bounce off. So remember two things. Don't attach. When somebody's giving you some negativity, remind yourself, don't attach, don't attach. This is not my reality. It's only their thoughts and opinions. This is not my reality. Step into your shoes and say, I'm a good person. I know what I'm striving for. This is my journey. This is not anybody else's journey. I know what I'm working towards. That doesn't matter because it's just somebody else's opinion. Does that make sense to you guys? Yep. So is their reality, their securities, and some jealousy too? Exactly. People cannot make us feel inferior without our permission. People can't hurt you without your permission. People go around all the time saying they hurt me. They only hurt you if you let them hurt you. They were mean to me. So somebody might say aggressive words and something like that, but you only absorb it if you allow people to absorb it. And I'm not saying that's easy. Like it's not easy to deflect. It is easier to absorb sometimes, but just remind yourself and start to remind yourself over and over and over again when you get negativity in from other people. Don't attach yourself to it because it's not your reality. It's somebody else's reality. So just one of these skills that we need to build some muscle. Would you agree that it's one area that you might need to continually build muscle on, because we are easily worried about what other people think? But if it's said over and over, it can become a reality if you allow it. If you allow it. So even if something is said over and over and over again, it only becomes your reality if you allow it to become your reality. But that's the hard part. I do agree, Anya, is when something is beaten into you over and over and over again, you do start to believe it. So we are the only ones that can change that. Don't let somebody else have the power over you, because if you allow that and you allow it to become your reality, you've allowed somebody else to totally dictate your life. So you've got to take that control back. The only way you can take that control back is start to build the muscle. And by saying, that's not my reality. I know who I am. I know, the good person that I am. You've got to start to build your own muscle to create a new habit, because the old habit is somebody else has beaten something down, at you enough times that you've eventually believed it. So we have to change that. Some of you may have been grown up with that. Could be teachers, parents, aunties, uncles, grandparents, influencers, mentors, coaches. There are people around us that may have said to you something over and over and over and over again, that now you think that's your reality. But you choose that, guys. You choose whether you want to keep that your reality or whether you want to build some muscle and overcome it. So really, really important for your self-esteem, for your belief, for success in the online world. You're the only one that's going to make it happen. A mentor won't make it happen for you. Friends, family, other work, acquaintances, you're the only one that can make things happen for you. So it's your decision. Your future life is one decision away. So you decide. I would be devastated, but I would self-reflect and think about how I handled certain situations. It wouldn't crush me though. So I think Emma's reflecting on when I said, "What if I said to you?" Those words. Okay, I guess I lied. I do care about what people think. I don't allow them to hurt me with their opinions. So I think anybody can deep down say, we do care, you just don't own it. And you don't need to own it, because it's not yours to own. It's somebody else's to own. So if you allow it, if you absorb it, if you attach yourself to it, that's when you're going to suffer from what somebody else said. So it's about realizing that for yourself. Great minds think alike, Helen. I kind of touched on this on my live today. Did you? Well, there you go. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Love it, Heather. I feel like it's an old habit. I have to nip in the butt every day. And it is, because we are brought up with certain influences and people we trust around us. And there could be years of comments and things that have been projected at you that make you feel a certain way about yourself, but they were never your reality. It's what somebody just told you. They're just words. But you started to believe it along the way because it was just said over and over again. So it's just habit. So if there's something happening that you don't like, you've got to break the habit. That's why I talk about these kind of things once a week, in just raising your level of awareness of, yes, you care, but don't attach. Yes, you care, but it's not your reality unless you bring it in yourself. So fight the reality, fight the attachment to it. It's just too super important, guys, for your life, your relationships, certainly building a business online when we've got criticism all around us. Build the muscle to tell yourself, I'm not attached to that. That's not my reality. That's their reality because of their insecurities or jealousy or, things like that. And trust your intuition. Intuition, saying that right, is you know who you are. You know who you are, and you know the good person that you are. And sometimes we have to remind ourselves of that to let other things bounce off. It's like, that's not my reality. That's not who I am. And I'm not going to fail. I'm going to succeed. Like, tell yourself that I am going to succeed, and nothing else anybody says is going to let me stop striving for what I achieve for. And always think higher purpose. Negativity is generally a reflection of other people's opinions. And you always want to think beyond that. Think positive, think higher purpose, think, the best of most situations, the best of yourself. all that kind of stuff. That take a higher ground and a higher stand than giving into some people's negativity and letting it absorb you and making you feel like crap. Because that's their stuff, not yours. Okay? Yeah, shake it off. Oh, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. There's a song about that, isn't there? Isn't that Taylor Swift? Shake it off. Man, I think I think that's the song. So we'll leave it on shake it off, shake it off. Or is it shake it off? Is that what it's called? I think you know what we're talking about there. So I leave you with this thought. Don't attach to negativity that somebody else. If you've got your own negativity going on, then that's something for you to sort out in your own head. But external negativity, care, but don't attach. And remember reality. What's reality? Your reality is your reality. Somebody else's reality is not your reality. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, so just think about that. Raise your level of awareness around how much you care or just over care about what other people think. It really doesn't matter. They don't make you successful. They don't make you money. They don't make you happy. You're the only one that can control over that. So get back in the driver's seat and control your life. Control your thoughts. Control your happiness. Control your success. You're in the driver's seat. So you do with this what you will. But it's always better to be, aware and in control. Okay? Thank you, Helen. Always keep me thinking and growing. Thank you so much, Helen. Always helpful. And that must be somebody watching from the group. If you're new to our social media group, because some people are watching from there, you just have to click the StreamYard link, which is the very bottom link in the description, above. Love it. Thanks for the reminder. Always value Helen Martin. Thanks a bunch. And, the reality of topics like this is it's not anything new. You guys know this stuff, but sometimes we need reminding that we need to stop caring about what other people think sometimes and do what's best for us. And deep down, you know who you are. You know the good person that you are and what you're striving for. And don't let others get in the way of that if it's not your reality. So it's a matter of taking back control of your thoughts and creating new, better habits, okay, to get you where you want to go. All right, awesome. So thanks for your input, guys. Love your comments. Thank you for participating there. Those of you in round 16 of my branding course, I will see you guys in 30 minutes time. Remember the free video challenge. It's only a 14-day one, starts on the 25th. So that is 2 days time for those in Australia and potentially 3 days time for those in other parts of the world. So whenever the 25th starts for you, the link to get into the group is up above. Now, tomorrow I'm hosting another webinar, so I will be live earlier. So it will be an hour and a half earlier tomorrow than I normally am, so I can host that webinar. So I'll put up a reminder earlier, and I hope to see you guys then. Bye.